It sounded like a thunderstorm and felt like an earthquake. That's a description from residents whose block of flats in Wellington's Aroa Valley was hit by a large slip early this morning. It's one of dozens of slips that came down overnight, with many blocking the capital's roads. Again, Eric Frickberg reports.
Nandi Singh lives in a small block of flats in Ara Street built under a tall, steep bank. The neighbours all have retaining walls, but Mr Singh's flat doesn't. He says the slip at 4 o'clock this morning frightened him.
For the first second, it was feeling like, oh, it's a big earthquake, and we all gonna shake. And then, after 1-2 seconds, it was like, oh no, the mud was falling down onto the roof, and oh, now we realized, and now because we had last night as well, we had a little bit of slip as well, the landslip. So we thought it would be a landslide again, the big one this time.
Ramadeep Singh lives there too. He says this is the 5th slip to have fallen behind the house.
Yeah, last night.
Yeah,
last
before
night.
Then?
Before then, there was small slidings, not the big ones, but this one is quite big,
Council officials are still assessing the hillside. Ara Street wasn't the only Wellington casualty from the weather after more than 50 millimetres of rain fell yesterday. Slips blocked the esplanade between Island and Lyle Bays and the pass of Brander between Seatoon and Breaker Bay. A bank collapsed, crushing a car on Palliser Road in Roseneath, leaving live services, including power, water and gas, exposed. Wellington Council spokesman Richard McLean says Palliser Road is passable, but the houses on Ara Street are still evacuated.
The geotech engineers and EQC people and council people are still at the site, and they're taking a look at the hillside above the houses and also the damage to the houses, just to see whether they're able to be habitable. We would imagine that no one's going to go back into those houses tonight, maybe the weekend.
Mr McLean says another house in Wadestown has also been evacuated and it's still being investigated. And there are further problems on Wellington's south coast.
Pass of Brander, which is between Breaker Bay and Seatoon, we've got the machinery there, and hopefully we'll be able to get that cleared. And also Princess Bay, which is between Island Bay and Lyle Bay on the south coast. A big slip came down there this morning, but hopefully we will be able to get that one cleared by end of play today as well.
Richard McLean says there are many other smaller slips around the city, and there's a risk more could come down because the soil is saturated, and he's urging people to take care. For Checkpoint, Eric Frickberg.